per unit system. So this is a very important topic. Without the knowledge of per unit system, it will become difficult for you to solve the problems in power systems. Okay. Now per unit system, what it does, we express all of the electrical quantities like voltage, current, power, impedance, resistance, reactance, any electrical quantity we are going to express as a fraction of the base value, of a chosen base value. That means we will have to decide on a particular base value, and usually we take the rated values as the base value. Okay. So you can write the per unit value of an electrical quantity. This is equal to the actual value of the quantity expressed as a fraction of the base value. Okay, as simple as that. Now the next question is, what is the purpose of per unit system? There are a few advantages that we get out of the per unit system. So we will discuss each of them. The very first one is the per unit impedance of transformer is same whether the impedance is referred to the primary or secondary. Okay, same whether referred to primary or secondary. So what happens in a transformer is we get an equivalent circuit. We have the transformer like this, right? So one side is isolated from the other side. But when we are drawing the equivalent circuit of transformer, we are going to express like a single circuit. Okay, this is the approximate equivalent circuit. So here we can either express it in terms of the primary side or in terms of the secondary side. So that is why it is called as referred to primary or secondary. So it will become more clear to you when we discuss the transformers. Okay, but what happens, the actual impedance will be different when referred to primary and secondary sides, but the per unit impedance, it is going to be same. Okay, so that also you will get an understanding when we discuss the transformers. The second one is voltages, currents and power. They also remain same whether referred to the primary or secondary side. Okay, remain same whether referred to primary or secondary side. Okay. Next one is the per unit values of line and phase quantities will remain same. Of line and phase quantities are same. So what will this be? The advantage of this is we don't have to anymore worry about whether it is a line quantity or a phase quantity. So why is this the case? When you are taking, let us say, the per unit line value, this will be equal to the actual line value divided by the base line value. Now let us say you want to find out the per unit of the phase. So what will this be? Actual phase value divided by base phase value. Okay. Now the actual phase value in terms of the line voltage, let us say you are taking a star configuration and we are talking about the voltage. So what will happen? The actual phase value will be equal to the line value divided by √3 divided by similarly the base phase value. This is going to be the base line value divided by √3. √3 will get cancelled and you are going to get the same actual line value by base line value. Okay, so this is how the per unit value is going to remain same for line and phase quantities. Okay, so this is one advantage. And one more important advantage is it establishes a uniformity. Establishes uniformity of different levels of voltages and currents. So this will make it easier to compare and analyze. Okay. Now the next thing that we have to do is choose proper base quantities. So what are all the electrical quantities that we usually use in power system analysis? One is voltage, second is current, third is power, and fourth is impedance. Right? These are the major quantities that we are using. So what we are going to do is, two of these quantities we are going to take and choose a proper base value, which is the rated value. Okay. So base values of two of the above quantities are fixed. Then the other two can be found. So we need some relations, mathematical relations, to be able to find the other two base values, right? So what are we going to use? The very first one is V is equal to Z into I, impedance into current. Okay. And second relation we have is the complex power is equal to VI conjugate, which is also equal to P plus JQ. Okay. So these are the two relations that we can use. Now often what we do, the base values for the voltage and power are fixed. Okay. And current and impedance, they are derived from these voltage and power base values. So in general, the base values of voltage and power are fixed. Okay. And important thing here is the units. Usually the base voltage value is going to be in kilovolts, right, kV, and the base value of the power, the units are going to be megavolt ampere. Okay, MVA. Volt ampere is nothing but the units of complex power. Okay, so this is how you are choosing. Now the question is, like we have taken the volt ampere as the base value, then what will happen to the active power and reactive power, watts and volt ampere reactive? So when you are finding the per unit value, what are you taking the base value for those? Okay, so that is the question now. What you have to do is, you have to consider all the powers, whether it is complex power, real power or reactive power. All of these base values will be in megavolt ampere. Okay. For example, you can say the real power, let us say P is given as some 100 watts. Okay. And the base value is taken as 100 MVA. Then what will be the per unit value of the real power? This is equal to 100 watts divided by 100 into 10 to the power 6, or you can also write 100 watts in terms of megawatts. Okay, but you have to ensure that the units are in the actual units, not in mega, kilo or something. Okay, so this will be equal to 10 to the power minus 6 in per unit. Similarly, if there is reactive power, then also you are going to take the base value as MVA. Okay. Now, similarly for impedance, you will have the actual impedance, that is Z, right, and you have the resistance, that is the real part of Z, and you also have the reactance, which is the imaginary part of Z. So these are all also going to have the same base value, which is ohms. Okay. Now we will take a single phase system and then see the relations that we use to obtain the various base values. Okay. So what are the two fixed base values that we are going to take? Fixed base values are, one will be of voltage we will take. So this we will consider to be in volts. And the second one is the volt ampere. So this we have not taken in MVA right now, we have taken only in VA, volt ampere. Okay, so you can write here volt ampere. This is the unit of the complex power. Okay, now each of the values which are derived from these fixed base values, you will see the base current IB you can find as the volt ampere base divided by the voltage base. Okay, so this will give you the base value of current. Next, base impedance ZB, this you can either find as VB by IB, or directly from the volt ampere and voltage itself you can find out VB square by VA base. Now what about base resistance? Like I told you, this is simply equal to the base value of the impedance. Similarly, base reactance. Okay, this is also equal to ZB. And in a similar manner, the power, right? The base real power PB is simply equal to the base value of the volt ampere, base value of the complex power. You can also call it as apparent power. The magnitude of complex power we call as apparent power. And next is reactive power. This is also same. Okay, so this is for a single phase system. Next, three phase systems. So here you can, the base values will be for the line voltages as well as the phase voltages, right? So but we will mostly deal with the per phase base values. This is what we are most interested in. Okay, now let's say the phase voltage, the base phase voltage we write as V phase base. Okay, and next is the volt ampere for a single phase base. Okay, so these are the per phase base values. If you are taking the whole entire three phase system, base values, this is going to be what? VLL, line to line base voltage, and next is VA, three phase base voltage. Okay, now how are these related to each other? They are definitely not equal. The per unit values are equal, the base values are not equal, the actual values are not equal, right? So here VLL base value is related to the phase value, just like a normal line and phase relationship. So what will this be? √3 times the phase value. Now what about the volt ampere for three phase? This is going to be 3 times each phase. Okay, so this is the relation. Now since we are going ahead with per phase base values, we will next take the per phase base current IB. So this will be in terms of the phase base quantities. If you are taking, it will be straightforward. VA single phase base divided by the voltage, phase voltage base. Okay, so this is in terms of base phase values. Okay, but if you want to write in terms of the line values, then what will it be? You can simply write in place of this VA single phase, you can write VA three phase by 3, right? So VA three phase base by 3 divided by V phase, you can write as VLL base by √3. So what you are going to get here in terms of the three phase values, three phase base divided by √3 line voltage. Okay, so this is in terms of three phase base values. Okay, Similarly, the per phase base impedance ZB. So in terms of single phase values, it will be straightforward, right? So V phase base whole square divided by VA single phase base. Okay, so this is in terms of single phase base values. And in terms of three phase, if you substitute, you are going to get the same thing. Here there is no change. Base value square divided by the three phase base value. Okay, so this is in terms of three phase base values. Okay, so this is how you take the base values, and once you know the base values, the per unit values you will get by taking it as a fraction of these base values. One thing that I want to tell you is, if you are taking the phase voltage, okay, you want to find the per unit value of the phase voltage, then you have to take the base value of the phase voltage, okay, not the line voltage but the phase voltage. And if you are taking the per unit value of a line voltage, then you will have to take the base value of the line voltage. Only then you are going to get the correct values of correct per unit values. Okay, so this confusion, it will arrive in three phase systems only mostly, so you have to be careful when you are applying the per unit system for the three phase systems.